focus on cultivating your relationships within the tribe. Find a way to create fun and play within the tribe. Don't do it for the collective. If you prioritize the collective, it leads to your demise. What's up, guys? This is Charles Clark, dropping some knowledge on you that's designed to try to help you live a better life, and also act as my own knowledge archive, because I'm trying to better incorporate this into my life so that I can live a better life too. And I'm so excited about this little chunk. This video I'm excited about because this is like a concept that of like a level of understanding I've only been coming to within the last year, really, maybe 2 years of my life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's blowing my mind the more and more that I think about it. Okay, so let's dive in. Going from the play, right? So you need to play together with members of the tribe. So who do you play with? What is, when you play, when you're participating in the experience of play, you are just like flow. You're experiencing a moment of timelessness. You are engrossed in the activity just for the pure joy and satisfaction of participating in the activity. You're 100% present. You're doing nothing else other than trying to do your very best at the thing that you're doing moment by moment. You know, if you're dribbling the ball, you're just trying to dribble the ball really well. You're trying to get to the court to take the shot, and you're in a flow state. You're nowhere else other than right there, and you're doing the dance with everybody else on the court, etc. If you're painting, the world has disappeared around you, and you're just in a flow. You're just painting. If you're making music, same deal. If you're on stage, same deal. So if you're like performing in something, there you go. But you got to play together with the members of the tribe. So the human body is a generator of electricity, right? It's literally a battery. And it's a battery for the field. It carries an electrical charge. It contributes energy towards the field around it. And the more people that you have in that field, then the more energy that you have, right? Hello. We know that to be true. But there's a difference between playing with members of your tribe versus playing with the collective. So in my life, I have had the good fortune to perform for many people. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people I've performed for in my life. And I've come to learn that there's a huge difference between performing for a small audience and a big audience. The ideal audience size, in my perspective, is like between 200 and 600 people. That's like just enough to where the room feels alive, but it feels like super full and exciting, but you can still like see people and connect with them and be like, I see you and you see me and we're all in this together. As soon as you are in an audience, in an arena of thousands of people, there's no connection anymore. You can't see them. There are just so many faces that they're all a mass of faces, right? They can see you, but you're in your own world to them. You're doing your thing while they're doing their thing. They're separate. They're separated. So people get really messed up when they spend their life trying to get the applause from the collective, when the collective can't connect with you emotionally. It's physically impossible. It's physiologically, it's like the emotional connection can't happen. It can't happen. So because I'm standing in front of a crowd of 1,000 people, I can't connect with you all emotionally. If anything, all you can do is like bear your emotions, and they're gonna watch you, but they're more connected to the person sitting next to them than you are to them. It's electricity, right? So, but people get really messed up about this. People, if you perform only for the collective and you're trying to do this all for the collective can never give you back the satisfaction. You're not really playing with the collective. You're playing with yourself. The only way that you can amplify this play energy is with members of your tribe. These are people who you can be in the room with and you can have that emotional connection with, and you can create that energetic synchronicity with. It has to be people in your tribe. You know, so like I see it all the time now when I hear things like, there's this comedian, gosh, I don't remember his name, but I saw him, I always remember him as the actor who played Latouche in Moulin Rouge, I think, or Toulouse in Moulin Rouge? I don't remember his name, but like that guy, if you know the movie, you know who I'm talking about. I saw him do, he like did a documentary show, and I saw a clip, and he's talking about how when he was first starting out doing stand-up, how at the beginning, like there was never any audience there. It was just like the few other comics in the room, and everybody was just taking turns telling jokes to each other. But it was awesome, and that's who it was for. That's a prime example. Like, it was participating in a play activity where he lost sense of time. You know, you're getting up and you're performing. You know, you lose sense of time because you're just doing your thing. And he's doing it with the members of the tribe. They're all supporting each other. They're all in the mix together. They're all creating that emotional connection together. They're all getting into that flow state together. And that's who you go up the energy scale with. That's how you help each other go up the energy scale. There's this other, there's this video with Abraham Hicks. She's a spiritual teacher, and an audience member is complaining to her because she's like, why am I not as rich as 50 Cent? And he's like, the audience member is like, why am I not as rich as 50 Cent? I know I meditate more often than he does. And Abraham Hicks like, no, you don't. and the guy's like, what are you talking about? Yes, I do. And Abraham Hicks is like, no, you don't. 50 Cent meditates when he raps. That's his play activity. He accomplishes a meditative state, and then you go up the energy scale, and here's the thing, who is he rapping with? When an artist is performing, when an artist is creating music, when a band is performing, the band is listening to each other. They're in sync with each other. They're not listening to the audience. Like, sure they are. They want to hear your applause. They want to hear you sing along. But they're not paying as much attention to the audience as they are paying attention to themselves, to their tribe. The audience isn't their tribe. The audience is their fan base. That's the collective. And yet with social media now, people are doing crazy things to try to appeal to the collective. It doesn't work the same way. If you prioritize the collective, it leads to your demise. Go look up any number of actor interviews. I just moved from Los Angeles. It's such a common feeling that just lives there. You know, there's this feeling of everybody is trying to do the thing to get attention from everybody other than their friends. Like, yeah, you know you're going to get your attention from your friends. But your friends, you know, like, really it's about, they want the money and the applause from everybody. They don't care who that everybody is. They just want it. Look at me, I'm so special. That's how LA works, and look what happened. Like the film industry has tanked in LA. Everybody's moving out of Los Angeles because there's no film work anymore. And so that's so what's happened is there's no sense of tribe out there. I'm grateful that I got plugged into the stunt community. Stunt community has a tribe. And it has to, because we all hold each other's lives in our hands. When you're doing stunts, you're doing dangerous stuff, right? You only do dangerous stuff with people that you trust. It's just, you trust with your life. And that means that it's not as much of a trust as like a, you know, I trust that you're a really good dude. It's trust that, like, I trust that you know what you're doing and that you care about doing a really good job for all of us, and that if I'm gonna do my best and you're gonna do your best, and we're all gonna make it through this together. I'm gonna throw the punch, you're gonna move out of the way, you're gonna throw a punch, and you're not gonna hit me in the face, etc. Like, we're all doing dangerous stuff all the time, and you have to be able to trust the persons that you're dancing with, that you're performing with. So that's a tribe. The stunt performer community is a tribe. And that's what happens, you know, when you're approaching the collective, you have to identify your tribe and focus on cultivating your relationships within the tribe. Find a way to create fun and play within the tribe. Don't do it for the collective. If you prioritize the collective, it leads to your demise. Again, any number of actor interviews talking about how there's this interview I saw with, I don't remember his name, but he's the guy who plays Reacher in the Amazon Prime show. And he talks about how, like, he had gotten to this point where, you know, he was being talked to about movies. Movies were happening because he was in the room. He was agreeing to them. Shows were happening. You know, he's got all the money that he needs. He has got his physique. He's got his life exactly the way that he wanted, and he just felt hollow. The whole thing felt empty. It felt like there was nothing there. He's like, is this it? Is this what it's about? I'm telling you, man, that's where there's so many examples. There's more examples. Like, you will never run out of examples if you start looking for them. I've been looking for them for years. I've been trying to understand, because I would go and I would look at these because I wanted to be a famous actor. That's what I wanted. So I got really into it. I was like, so what is it that the actors are doing? What happens? How does it feel to be successful? And it blew my mind how almost never. This is why a big reason why I stopped trying so hard to be an actor, because I never, ever found a really successful actor who's really famous happy. Like, and the only ones that are happy are like, they have a very different private life. They protect their private life. It's the people who are like, they have their tribe and their family, and that's who they live for. But the people who live for the attention, they live for the collective attention, those people's lives tank again and again and again. So you gotta prioritize the tribe. That's who you play with. That's who you create joy with. You create joy with the members of your tribe. You share it with whatever you do as a tribe, you share it with the collective. And the people who like seeing what you're doing, they'll find you. And they'll use it as inspiration for them to go do things. But who you're creating with, you create with the members of your tribe. You play with the members of your tribe. If you prioritize the collective, it leads to your demise. All right? Focus on playing with your tribe. Okay. I'm just going to start repeating myself, but it's amazing. It's amazing to me to think about it. All right? Okay, so and this is like social media engagement. That's really the next thing. The next thing I talk a little bit more about social media engagement, but I think, yeah, I'm going to end this video. I talk more about like social media, but the next video I'm going to turn into 2 videos. So, all right, tune in, watch the next one, learn some stuff.